Whew, all right, guys and girls, we're ready to get started after finally unboxing everything. It's like unboxing somebody else's Christmas presents. I'm excited for them, but not as much for myself. We got a lot of work ahead of us here. We got a 2021 Ford F250 Tremor, which is a great looking truck off the bat. So we're not going to be changing the looks too much, more of the function. We're turning this into an overland rig where he's going to be able to go wherever, do whatever, and carry whatever. So let's go over a little bit of the parts. We're starting out with some of the best components that we recommend, which is the Carly backcountry kit. Being a 2020 plus, that is officially a 3.5-inch lift. This vehicle being a Tremor, those numbers are going to vary, but the truck will leave level. The backcountry kit comes standard with the Carly lift springs, the reservoir Fox shocks, the brake hoses, the caster bushings, things like that, the track bar. So it's a great starting point. It will make your truck perfectly level, drive amazing. We went a step farther with this truck with a couple options, that being the torsion sway bar. That is going to give you flex like you have your sway bars disconnected, but also a stiff, rigid sway bar for the ride home. So it's really the best of both worlds. The next thing that they optioned out was the top mount and lower mount steering stabilizers. That makes sure everything's balanced. If you decide to go wider with the tires, that you're not going to be fighting them. It's a luxury, not a necessity. The last thing that we went with was the Diver rear Adapacks. So that basically deletes your lower overload spring and makes it for a much more comfy ride, and we'll be able to withstand the weight that we are adding. So we got tons to do. Let's get to work. So one of the only problems that we run into on these Super Duties, and not specifically just this Super Duty, it's just this climate, is the drag link. That's one of the first things that's going to change with doing this lift kit is your steering wheel, and I want to make sure it's free before I start on the work, just to let you know of any incurred extra pricing, or it's fine and then there's no issue, but they just seem to take a beating in this climate. The threads are exposed and they just tend to rust up and be all gunked up. So we spray them down, we brush them down. If needed, we heat it up, but we try to see if that's working first, because it just tends to be a stickler point on these trucks. So we just got luck. So I just got the front shocks off the Tremor, and to go over a little bit of the differences, this is what it came with: a beefy black and red twin tube factory shock. Now, it's okay, it's an older technology. Some of the benefits of twin tube is that it is dual metal layered, so if you dent the outside while off-roading, the shock is still functionable. So that's the main big plus about twin tube shocks, and that they're cheap. This is a monotube 2.0 with reservoir. Charged to a much higher PSI, a much bigger piston, because the shock body is the only metal in it. There's not a two-layer design. So if you do take an impact to this, you could possibly have a shock that's out of commission. Now, I've never seen that, but a lot of people that have twin tube shocks say that it's a benefit for them. So pressure-wise, pretty easy to press, doesn't bounce back too quickly. Let's go on the Fox. Hard to press, comes back quickly. So this shock is going to be amazing on this truck. Let's get them installed. Quickly, let's go over the components here. So this was the backcountry kit. So we got the reservoir shocks. We like to put a little bit of shrink wrap on there, a little to make it look a little bit more professional. So those got installed. The torsion sway bar here, the dual shock setup. So it got the upper and lower steering stabilizer, the diff guard, really top of the line stuff here. We're excited. It's going to drive great. Let's get the wheels back on and move on to the rear. Quickly to go over a couple of the components that we have left. As you can see, our stock has dwindled here. We're knocking this thing out. We have the out of leaf packs, which really turned this into a full leaf pack. They're just the budget way to do it, which is what I recommend. We had the leaf packs, we had the shocks, then we have the air system. We went with a Daystar cradle because this is a lift and this guy is going to be off-roading. So we do not want that airbag connected on both sides, or else you're at possibility either limiting your travel, and then if you limit your travel, that becomes your limit strap. So your airbag then will possibly rip. So we're doing everything right here, and we're trying to get this thing wrapped up today. Got my toothbrush out here, trying to get these threads clean. 2021, they said, wouldn't have rust, they said. So explaining a little bit of what we were talking about earlier with these Tremors not having the best ride quality. On the F250, on these Tremors, they have two overload springs, one top, one bottom. Those are kind of the walls, and the other springs are the movement or the load capacity. So this is basically getting rid of those two walls and making it ride much better, but still keeping the ride capacity. So while this is the cheaper option, to me it's the one that we recommended. We recommended it to our customer here because you're keeping your load capacity, you're increasing the ride, and you're not replacing the full leaf packs. So this is 2021. Let's get cracking on it and see if it'll come apart. There's a locator pin in there and it's just kind of stuck right now. Does not want to come out. Got it. Got it. We're about to get these U-bolts on here, get everything torqued up, marked, my shocks installed, air systems next, and then we're moving on to the accessories. It's been fun, guys. I'm ready for the next part.
All right, now that Ryan's finished with the lift, let's check out what Tony and I have been working on with this particular build. So far, Tony had removed the front bumper yesterday and installed a factory Ford winch. It's a factory option that not a lot of Ford owners know about. This customer did find out about it and purchased it, supplied it to us so that we could install it. We've also installed a couple Baja Design products as well. First and foremost, they're XL linkable systems designed specifically for the Ford bumper. Works out pretty nice, gives a couple different options. You'll notice the differences in the lenses. So the lenses here in the middle are going to be more of a spot lens. The ones on the side, you see the fluting in the glass itself that actually disperses the light a little better so that you can get a little bit more on the side. It turns out really nice at night. Then in the factory locations, we did a dual fog light / driving light combo. Again, Baja Designs designed this specifically for the Ford. You'll also notice in the yellow fogs that it has that fluting as well. This is actually DOT approved, so you can run these on the street, and it is 100% legal because it controls how that beam comes out of the light housing itself, so it doesn't blind oncoming drivers. Then, of course, if you want a little bit more, you can turn the white ones on. They'll give you a nice, clear, precise beam pattern, which works out real nice as well. I also added another air system to the vehicle, an onboard air system. You've probably seen this before if you've watched any of our other videos. We did this system is made by Klein. There is a tank and a compressor in the rear. Nice thing about this system on this truck is it actually allows you to retain the spare tire. It tucks up out of the way and is designed to specifically be there without actually intruding on any space under the carriage of the vehicle. Another thing you may have seen that we've done in the past with some of our videos, our air outlet is actually located in the gas door. We've done our air outlet from our air system right here inside the gas door. Keeps this out of the elements. It also allows you to be fairly accessible, which is nice. So you simply hook up your air line to it. You can choose to fill either one of the tires, your friend's tires, or you can hook a blower to it, clean out the inside of the vehicle. It's a very nice option that we have been doing more and more of. So it is getting more popular. All right, that about wraps up for everything that I've done on this particular vehicle. Give me a second, let's check out with Tony and see what he's doing here in the back. We're adding a few cool options in the truck bed as well.